we may be waiting for Amin to come over. Amin or Ramin. Okay, guys, let's start with intentions, distractions. I'm really happy to see you again. Honestly, I'm not that updated yet since the last week. I'm trying to recognize what is done and what is not, and how we can plan. But I'm not. Honestly, I'm not that ready for the meeting, for the planning. But my intention just to get more involved about the recent changes, listen to your updates, and also we can have kind of a very short planning. And tomorrow I'm going to be more ready for the planning for the rest of for these 2 weeks. So my intention is just get updated. I don't have any distractions, and I pass it on to Ramin.
Hey guys, I don't have any distractions right here. I'm here to sync up with the team and have a plan for the next sprint. Sorry, who is left?
Everyone is left. Pass it to.
I pass it to.
Hello, everyone. My intention for this call is to majorly talk about how we can improve the current app. Many of the functionalities are working as people, we have not much users, so we should be prepared for the more users. Let's talk about that, improving the SSR, for instance, or improve other kind of services. Yeah, all of that is my major intention for this call. I pass it to Carlos.
Hey guys, well, my intention, I have no distractions. My intentions for the call, maybe get some clarifications of a few things I talked with you, Mo. But aside from that, I'm taking over Mohammed's tasks. I'm reviewing PRs and hopefully merging some soon. I might ask Amin to double check one later. And also I'm checking Lauren's issue about the draft project. So yeah, pretty much that, checking issues and reviewing PRs. I'll pass it to Mateo.
Hey guys, good morning. Happy new week. Happy to have you back, Mo. We missed you. Not distracted. Yeah, my intentions are basically the same as you. Check on maybe the planning of the sprint. I suggest also that we leave that for tomorrow or Wednesday in another meeting because I think it's essential after lunch. Sometimes we can lose a little bit of track, and it's important to see what's next. And I know that we have some good ideas for sure. From my side, I left some reviews on some pull requests. I reviewed some and I merged a couple. I think that Ramin and Amin, I left a couple of comments in there for you to check. Besides that, yeah, I'm just really happy to be here, and I'll pass it to Rich.
Yeah, just here to listen in and catch up on dev stuff. Happy to take some small issues like Ramin and I were going back and forth last week because like the FAQ had a bunch of wrong stuff on it. So if you guys are stuck on any of these like small text, grammar, content issues, like I'm happy to just like take them on because I think that's not the best use of your bandwidth. And apart from that, just getting updates about testing the DApp and all that relevant stuff. And I'll pass it to Griff.
Yeah, I'm always just hanging out to see the cool stuff that you guys do, but probably will work on other things. The only thing I want to push here is switching the times for this call. Starting on the 11th, like weird time zone things happen. So I was thinking that maybe we could move up the time for basically switch the governance call with the DApp call, and I can move it on the calendar. Well, no, actually, I can't move it on the calendar, but I would push for that we make the DApp call before the governance call. And I don't know who hasn't gone, but I'll take a shot in the dark and go with Pedro.
Hey guys, so my intentions today is just to sync up, see where I can help and what I can do, and I don't have any distractions. I will pass to Lauren.
Hey, my intentions are, just to be here and sync up. I did a ton of testing last week to try to push everything out, and finally we announced on Friday, so that was good, and a lot of people shared that, so that was good and exciting, but I'm sure that there's still some spillover with some issues, so I'm just kind of here to share any information with Monique, because he's back, and I'm so glad, and also, and Kotabi might be interested in running testing parties, so also just kind of sharing that intel. And if we do talk about that drafts issue, that's kind of this saving as a draft issue is kind of the biggest thing that I see that's just generally not working that as it should. Everything else seems pretty minor. Did anyone not go? Maybe Kotabe. I'll pass to you.
Thank you. Yeah. My intentions here are just to get familiar with this meeting too, see how I can help. I'm also happy to take any small issues, and very interested about doing this party testing, DApp testing party. I'll pass it now to who has not gone. Mo.
Me? No. Sorry,
Go ahead. No.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Sorry, what was the topic?
Intentions, distractions.
Okay. Sorry. Intentions. See how much help with anything here, and no distraction. Who's left?
I think Cherry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cherry.
Thank you. These days I've not been focused on work because of coronavirus. Yes, but I'm working on move the regional stream to the region farms. I have not distractions, and also my intention is in cooperation with the team. I pass it back to Monique.
Guys, I would totally suggest that Jerry go sleep, man. You sound terrible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was exactly I was thinking about, Jerry. Don't push yourself. You can just listen, and you can find me if you want.
Yeah, I'm thinking we can give the regen farm issues to someone else. There's lots of people in this call. Take care of yourself.
No,
Yes.
It's almost done. It's almost done.
Okay.
No worries. I finished it. Then to this.
Okay. Okay, let's start with updating myself. I think Lauren said lots of issues that I have to know before we start. I don't know. I guess yesterday I saw the board and I tested some part of the the apps, but I'm not sure that's I'll figure it out that we sent emails and save as a draft thing that I'll type with Carlos and she's going to change it. We have to only trigger emails creation of project on the time that the status of the project is changed to active instead of draft. So for information, we have three kind of statuses for a project. One original status for a project that is draft, active, deactivated, and cancelled. One is listing status, that is null, listed or unlisted. And what is verified, that is true or false. So the status for the project, draft is kind of thing that, we have to save it somewhere, and we decided to put a draft status there. So the draft status means that it's safe, but, we trigger emails on the creation time that was wrong. And we have to change it as soon as possible. But deactivation, just because all of us have to be in the same page, deactivate means that we prevent accepting donations. It can be shown to everybody, but it's going to be shown to the user that this project is deactivated and no longer accept any donations. But cancels just have to be shown to the owner of the project in the dashboard. So if the project is canceled, some fraud might be happened, and it can only be done by the admin. So the owner can deactivate their project, but they can't cancel their project. So now I have to say this because I see some of the issues that was not related to the logic. So just for all of us, for our information, we show the deactivation projects to everybody, but with a badge that this project is deactivated and don't accept donation. But for cancellation, we shouldn't show it to the user. Another bug that we have currently right now is the error handling of the canceled project. So when I want to open up the canceled project, it just tell me that we don't have access. That is not a correct message. We have to change it that this project is canceled or something that makes sense. So I don't have, I'm not authorized to see this content. This is just the backend error. It's not a front-end error. And what about the listing or unlisted or not reviewed? As you know, every project that is created is, the listing status is set to null. Listing null means that it's waiting for review. So waiting for review means that the verification team has to make it listed. So what's the difference between listed and unlisted? The listed projects can be shown in the homepage and can be found in the search results. But if the project is in the status null or is unlisted, if any user has a direct link, they can be viewed, but they're not in the homepage. The only difference is that which is the listed or unlisted. The verification team asks us to change the not reviewed automatically to listed if they don't have time to review it. So because of that, we add that null status to listing. I don't know that may make sense for you, Lauren, but just want to all of us to be in the same page. So the difference between listing, unlisting, and waiting for review is that listing can be shown on the homepage and the search result in the platform. But if anybody has a direct link, it can be shown, and they can accept donations. So that's it. And verification is obvious, so it's going to be true or false. And we have lots of jobs over there. For example, if a project changed, if for example project owner edited its own project, we shouldn't have changed the verification status, but we have to change the listing to null. So it's going to be waiting for review. And there's a config over production and staging that make that null to listed automatically. So I think that that config for staging is set to I don't know 3 minutes. Carlos, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's short.
Yeah, it's very short. But for production, it's set to 2 weeks. Am I right, Carlos?
Yes.
Yeah. And we wrote lots of automatic tests for these changes. And that's all. So the only problem that we have right now is that we have to avoid sending emails on the creation, but we have to test other scenarios. And I'm not sure, honestly, we did a bad job on testing on emails, especially for changing or accepting donation or everything. I think we have to jump into testing with the emails also. This is my updates about this, and when I take a look at, is there anything that I have to get updated about it, Lauren?
I mean, the only thing was the draft thing, which you already mentioned. Like, issues were getting published when they were still drafts, etc. And I think when they're drafts, instead of saying waiting for review, they should say draft. But I put that already in the issue. I don't think there's anything else.
Great. And we have a current discussion about eligible tokens, list of tokens, and the third parties. What I'm talking about. So what is the third parties? For example, Giving Block is a third party, Chain is a third party, and they have specific rules for accepting tokens. My first question is that just want to make sure: do we give givebacks to donations to project from third parties or not? I think this is yes. All right. If I donate to a project from Giving Block, we give them givebacks. Is it okay?
No, wait. If you donate to a project through the Giving Block UI, they don't get givebacks. But if you donate to a Giving Block project through our UI, you get givebacks.
Okay, I'm now talking about our UI. Okay, so there's a list that we created for eligible tokens. That was handled in the front end, but we tried to put it in the back end. So our recent change that these rules are handled in the back end. That's Mohammed and Carlos work on it, and we want to integrate it with the Chain network right now, Chain platform. I mean, so. But there is an issue that, in the drop-down list in the donation page, we have a kind of predefined list. But, right now, this list for Giveth project is filled only by the eligible tokens. Am I right, Fatal?
I was a little bit distracted. What was the question?
When you load a project in the donation page, the list for the tokens, all of these lists is eligible tokens. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly. There was a last change from a PR, I think, from Ramin. We are fetching all of those tokens from the backend. They were before on the front end. Now it's in sync with both of those. We canceled the custom token donations for now because of an issue that is being solved right now, but that feature is coming back tomorrow or one of these days.
Okay. So, I have a case that should we show any tokens in the list that is not eligible?
I would say no. I don't think that's a good UX, but yeah, I am open for debate.
So, for example, think about the famous and well-known token that is, great, have lots of users. The users want to see it in the drop-down menu, but it's not eligible for givebacks. Do we have this kind of tokens?
No, I think that we tried to make something before that was requesting to be listed as acceptable for givebacks. So that's like the purple list that we mentioned before. If the people and the community wants a token in particular to be able to receive givebacks, we should make like another type of decision in that case.
Yeah, so there's a forum post, the Givebacks token list forum post, which was the original post where we basically what we decided were the eligible tokens for givebacks were the ones that were on our drop-down menu to make it easy. So we took our drop-down menu and then we called that the Givebacks token list. And then anyone who wants to add a token to the Givebacks token list, the process, which isn't really well documented, is that they need to make a comment on that forum post. And then if we get enough people wanting to add that token, then we can add it to our token list, which would also get added to the Givebacks eligible list. So to make this a little bit better for the user experience, we could add a type form or a link to that forum post on the dApp. So it's when somebody copy and pastes in an address to a token that's not eligible, then it's this token is not eligible. If you'd like to request it to become eligible, please fill out this type form. And we could do some flow like that. But I think that, we don't really have, there's not really tokens that people are donating all of the time that are popular tokens that aren't included in the Givebacks token list. Because if it is a token that's really popular, then we want it to be on the Givebacks token list. The Givebacks token list, it's basically we don't want scam coins. We don't want tokens that don't really have a market cap or anybody could mint it. DR Gives 3, the test token. We don't want that token being eligible for givebacks. You could donate it, but it has no real value.
Okay, I got it. So I know that it's okay for for current policy that we have, and we going to add custom tokens donations. But now I'm talking with for the third parties. For example, for Giving Blocks or Chain Project, they only accept several tokens. They only accept some specific tokens or some specific networks. So we have to filter their their token list in the project page, in the donation page. Sorry, but it's a little bit confusing about do all of their tokens eligible or not. So what's going to be the default token list for these third parties? For example, Giving Blocks accept, for example, 100 tokens that maybe none of them was eligible for givebacks. So and one solution should be that we have these eligible tokens with their accepting tokens in the list, and but we decided to disable the custom tokens donating on the third parties page. Go ahead, Matto. Sorry.
No, wanted to mention that we, at least the current list, the purple list.
Your voice is starting. I can't hear it.
Let me try. What about now? Is better? Okay. So no, what I wanted to say is that right now the purple list is a combination between the 250, the first 100 CoinGecko top coins from last year, I think, the ones from the Giving block, and the ones that we cherry-picked by ourselves saying that they should be eligible. So I wanted to maybe ask what are the chances that the new third parties are using weird tokens or tokens that are not in the 100 first CoinGecko top tokens or the ones that we already have. I think it's really low probability, but in that case, we could manually check that. So, because usually when these third parties are using tokens, they have a really limited list, like too many tokens, not so many, like a short list. So, not sure how we should handle that.
Do you have any opinion, Carlos?
I'm thinking right now.
But the question is that what we have to be shown, what has to be shown on the the draft token list for third parties. All of them should be eligible tokens that they're also accepted in the third party. Or should we add a specific list for them and show the list there?
I think we should have the list of tokens all be eligible for givebacks, and if it's not eligible for givebacks, like not put it on our list. I think if a token is credible, if like it has good credibility, we should just add it to the givebacks token list. And I think like like within our core team especially, anyone should be like, if you guys think like if we're missing an obvious token, it's like this obvious token that's like really legit should be donatable, then we can just like add that in, I think that the drop-down menu should include givebacks eligible tokens, and maybe we just need to improve the process for adding them.
And I wanted to add for the third parties, I think that we can manually see, like, check the list and see if there is a weird token or something like that, and just add them to the list. And we manually decide this token should not go and this one should, etc. At least for the third parties.
So, Carlos, for the current implementation that you have for the third parties, you have tables for each third party. Am I right? Or
no, right now we have a table that's called token, which has the name, symbol, address, and everything related to the tokens. And we related to an organization. So, for example, right now we have Giveth organization, Change organization, Giving Blocks organization, and Trace organization. So what we're doing with Mohammed's implementation is we relate the tokens. Well, now I know that they are all eligible, but we relate those givebacks eligible tokens to the organization. So right now, for example, Giveth has the whole list that Mateo knows related to the organization. And I guess we did something similar for Change, for example, that we only relate the Ethereum token. So that's how the implementation is right now.
So the only problem that we have that because we disabled custom token donation for third parties, some user might be missed, because they don't see their token in that list. Because, for example, we assume that chain is accepting kind of tokens that are not eligible. So there is no way that they can donate with it.
Yeah, that's a consideration. Let's just say there is a Ethereum Solana token, I don't know. We don't accept givebacks for that, but they won't be able to donate in our website because we don't have it in our list. That will be the case.
And donate, they just need to copy the address in and paste it.
No, in the new implementation, that's why I'm asking this question. In the new implementation, we decided to disable the custom token donations for the third parties project. So the question is that we have to keep it in that way For example, I'm opening the chain project. I see just one token in the list, and it's weird that I paste Solana there. Why? And the question is that what yeah.
No, I said like assume there is a Solana version in Ethereum. I didn't mean Solana.
Well, it's really weird. Why did we get rid of that functionality? That was an important functionality to be able to donate any token.
Yes.
Rid of it.
Okay, go ahead.
No, that we didn't get rid of it. We just removed it because of a bug, and it was in the launch days, and we didn't want to be running with that. But I think Mohammed left that ready, and if it's not today, maybe tomorrow we have it back on the game. But it's not removed; it's just disabled for now.
Oh, okay.
It's disabled for third parties or for all projects.
For all projects.
But for the third parties, yeah. I'm talking about the next version that Mohammed is implemented right now and Carlos is reviewing. In this case, we won't be able to donate to custom tokens for the third-party projects. That is a problem that we have right now. For example, let's see.
Mohammed added the condition that an organization accepts custom tokens. It's kind of weird, but we would like put it to true on a third-party project, and only the projects in the list would be eligible. And I don't know if someone decides to donate in that I don't know Solana Ethereum version I invented, they will be able to, but they won't get gift backs. We're setting in the donation a flag that says if the token is eligible for gift backs.
Okay. But for information, design team create another flow that we have a list, and there's a radio button there that you said that show me the eligibles and show me the not eligibles, and also there is a custom token donating at the top. We changed the design, and I'm not sure that Marco is going to kill me or not. But we have to. But I agree with this flow that we're implementing right now. It makes sense. We have to promote the givebacks on the tokens. Okay, guys, I have to say this discussions just to all of us be informed. So the decision is that we have to be enable the custom token for the third parties also, and the list, the default list for the third party projects should only be the eligible tokens. Approved?
Yes, correct. That was my doubt, and now we know that the list is the eligible tokens. Unless the third party tells us only Ethereum, we will only allow. We won't allow custom tokens if they say only Ethereum, for example. But yeah, everything else is clear now.
Great. This is my intentions for having a conversation over there. But I can see lots of PRs in the list that I'm not sure that if they're merged or not. One is number 300. Let me share my screen. Sorry.
I left a couple of reviews in there for changes, and I merged the rest. So I think Ramin and Amin, you need to check out a couple of comments I left there. And that would be it.
Good. This one is unassigned. Number 332. Is this a draft or? Oh, it's merged right now. Okay. So let me update that. This FAQ, Ramin, this FAQ things are measured or not? They're still open?
I asked Mitch to review that one because Mitch should approve it.
Okay. I can see that these are mirrored, so I move them to UAT. What about this item? I can't search with donation table if I'm not in the first page. This one is also merged. I can see it. Okay, let's move it to the UAT. And what about this donation page? Weird project. This is also merged. What about this item? Make modals more user-friendly. Who's the reviewer, Rami?
It's merged and reviewed.
It's merged, sorry. And what about designing Giveth grammar? It's also merged. Guys, I appreciate make it updated so I can be able to test it. This one is also merged. I can see an issue about center config. I mean, did you, Matto, did you review that? Matto?
Sorry. Yes, this is the one I reviewed. What I mentioned is that the way that the environment variable is set is not going to work according to the next parameters. So we have to add the next public as a prefix, and it will work.
Okay, so it should be the in this column, or I have to get it back into progress. Mattel, what should I do with I didn't get it.
I mean,
is it in progress,
the pull request is linked already. I think it's linked. Check in the pull request, please.
Sorry, what's the question? Regarding that, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Hardly. I can hardly hear you.
Yeah, do you hear me now?
Yeah, good.
There isn't any issue for that problem. I suddenly eventually found it in the code and created a PR for that. That's it. The value of the sentry was hard-coded from, and that the value was for another repo. So I move it to the environment variable. Just that.
Yeah, I left a comment in the pull request so you can see what I mean. But it's not in the
I resolved that. You put
Okay.
another one?
No, that's it. It's just that I think Mo didn't see the pull request and he's just checking the issue. Thank you.
Okay. This one is for Pedro, and it's still open and waiting for review. I'm not sure who's.
I also left a review for that. I don't know why it's not showing to you.
Okay. So, Pedro, should I get it back in progress or?
I will take a look and talk with Matthew to see what he commented, but you can put in progress again so I can track it.
Okay. So this one was assigned to Ramin that is saying that Red Heart is not showing on the Brave. Weird, because I tested and it showed. But did you take a look at it, Rami, just to make sure that it's happening again?
Yeah, I tested. It was okay for me.
Okay, so let's put it back, and I try to make sure there is sometimes happening. Maybe. Sorry, my system is not that fast right now. I don't know why. I think this item is for Give Economy. That was taken by Pedro. And right now, because we just have one repo, some issues for the Give Economy is shown here, but I'm not sure that who's going to manage it, because some of them are, I'm not familiar with them. And what we should do should be, I suggest we keep that Give Economy board for planning, because it might have lots of issues not related to the devs. But I was, and I'm worried some issues that's created in the V2 and you miss it.
Yeah. I'm looking kind of at both right now. Maybe we can add a Give Economy label, and any issues that are related to development that are a part of Give Economy, we put them in the V2 repo and add the Give Economy label. We can use the Give Economy repo still for like planning issues that don't really have to do with development, but I think like since everybody's resources are, like the dev resources are being managed in this call, it makes more sense to put in one repo, especially since it's all in the same DApp. Like there's not that many development issues for Give Economy left over right now. Like there's some on Regen Farms that Cherik is working on, but almost done. But I think like this, let's add a Give Economy label in the all dev workspace or whatever. And then so whenever anyone creates an issue for Give Economy side, they can add it there and we can still manage them in this call.
Okay. I try to create this Give Economy tab. Give Economy label, sorry.
Does everyone agree? Everyone pay attention, stop being distracted. Put a Give Economy label.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Maybe it's for my internet connection, like my video.
Oh. I want everybody to know, if you're making an issue for the Give Economy side that applies to development, make it in the V2 repo and add the Give Economy label.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Maybe it's for my internet connection.
I think Mitch heard
I think it's you, Monique. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me right now?
Yep.
Sorry, Lauren, I didn't hear you because, I don't know what was happening for my internet connection.
What you already understood about the label.
Okay, I can still see that's label that are curated, but okay, we'll handle it. What about this USD calculation?
It's currently in progress. I'm just doing some tests to see if everything is working fine, and then I can already open the PR. But it's almost done.
Thank you. So let's get back to the project backlog. Cherik, there are still some issues assigned to you. I'm not talking about the region farms because it's related to the Give Economy, but it's a fixed header on mobile Give Economy page. I put it in the sprint backlog. If you find time, please take it. Move region streams to the region farms is also related to the Give Economy, but I put it in the sprint backlog. We can put it in the sprint backlog. And I'm not sure about what is the latest decision about this SEO issue. We decided to change it. Sorry, I'm not updated about this. So we have to change these keyboards. Lauren, are you? Can you help me on this?
Sure, I can. I mean, I think that Ahmad already made a bunch of suggestions on it, but I guess I'll go through it again and try to fix them out. Yeah, you can maybe assign me.
Sorry. I can go ahead with Ahmed if you think that you're busy.
No, it's. I guess I have to do it because Ahmad put his suggestions in there, but it's just he didn't understand some of the context of like the messaging we have, so I'll have to go through it.
And what happened about this Brave pop-up? I think Marco put some edits on, as a requested some edits for the provided design, and I think we will be locked on this. So we won't be able to start it right now. So I give it back to you, product backlog. I'm not sure about this item. The about page is out. Go ahead.
The Brave is, I think it's done. Can you just send me the link to that issue? Or just tell me the number? It's 83, right?
It's in the TypeScript. I send it to you right now.
Okay.
There are lots of mouse here, sorry. It was sent, I think you provided the design here, but Marco said that please update the models, but after that, I didn't get any other updates for it. If it's ready, I can assign it to, I don't know, maybe Mensa or Rami, who's interested in taking this. It has to be shown on the source browsers.
I think I don't have any issues assigned to me right now.
The model is ready. You can actually start it. Do you hear me?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
So what about this item, fixed redirect for Giveth.io? Is it done or is still?
I think I should do that.
Yeah, actually, Kai said it's impossible, and then I asked Mike, and then he put some other resources in there, and I think Kai never replied. So maybe I'll just DM it to Kai. But this is kind of important. Anyway, I'll message him.
So is it a DevOps issue?
It's a DevOps issue.
Yeah, because currently we don't have any web service for that domain give.giveth.io, and just it redirects all to one URL. We should deploy some web service, for example, Nginx or Apache, and then we can handle redirects and customize that.
So what is this TF Whisperer is the mic? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it should be for, maybe, I'm not sure, one of the DevOps people, but since Kai, I guess, is managing them, I just sent it to Kai and asked him to take a look.
Yeah, for information, Kai, Kai manage the DNS mostly, so Kai is the one we should mention here.
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. What about this remove transaction tab or transact tab? Sorry, it's my problem, my typo. Is it done, or you should right now, because users click on the transact tab and they get your here now or congratulations page.
Yeah, I added a coming soon text on that tab and disabled the button, the transact button.
Thank you. Carlos, as we discussed, it's a high priority thing. I put it here and add this tab, this label about the high priority. I mean, do you have time to talk a little bit about this issue that you requested?
Yeah, thank you. Actually, it's super important one. I wanted to talk about mostly about this and in this call. From in the view of any regular user who visit our web page, I think they will not be satisfied with the performance and the smooth change in the UI, specifically when you, for instance, like a project or in the like project tab, if you unlike a project and it's removed, transition is not smooth. Also, we are so slow and inefficient in rendering pages. We do unnecessary server-side rendering, in my view, and it should be discussed and refactor some way. Maybe we don't need to have server-side rendering at all in some views. This a discussion that the front-end guys actually should do research and discuss about it. And also, I like to ask about Lauren, Grave, and everyone that uses the application. Any difficulty that you see and any slowness that you see in the web page, please report us, and we should solve them. That's it. Do you hear me?
Yeah. And also, I think we should have, I don't know,
cool.
maybe a call about where we should put the server side and where not, because Next.js has some interesting strategies about that, and that's going to completely improve the rendering on the application. So I will take that also to make our research and see what's the best call. Maybe build a niche and we start debating there.
Thank you, Matt. I'll manage it. Okay, guys, we just have 3 minutes, and I want to make sure that we reach a conclusion about timing our meetings. So according to a group suggestion, shall we change timing of the gig economy with the governance call every week? Thumbs up or down, or yes or no? One yes from Lauren, one yes from Kotabi, one yes from me.
Yes.
One yes from... Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, approved. So we first going to have a governance meeting, and after that we start. We first have the dev calls, and after that we have governance meetings. So I'll get the invitation for the meeting. And I have another question for the dailies. I think in Colombia you don't have daylight saving changes. So it's if you want to keep it at the same time in the Middle East, it's going to be 1 hour earlier or daily meetings. What do you think, guys? Can you make it? Carlos and myself.
You mean for the daily stand-up?
Yeah.
1 hour earlier.
Yeah, it makes 1 hour earlier because it's or the same time, but it makes 1 hour earlier for you.
Oh, for us it's going to be like 6 a.m. So I'm not sure about that. Yeah, so if
6 a.m. is too early. Okay, Middle Eastern guys, I think we have to change it. Any objections? Yeah, so I assume there is no objection for it.
I
Okay, go ahead.
So no objections to that. Sounds good. So to be clear, time change happens for you guys next week. So the DAP call moves up an hour on the calendar for me because my time doesn't change, which is normal. And I need to move the governance call to the hour below, right? Just to confirm, because you're not moving the dev call at all. What it is on the calendar is where it will stay starting next week, right?
Actually, I moved it yesterday, but I moved just the grooming and yeah.
Okay.
But you please set the proper time in the Giveth calendar and change it after that.
I'm just so confused about what I actually need to change. Like, I don't know what time zone, what call is like the call that's the frame of reference. I understand that the gov call will be after the DAPS call, but like, how do I know what time that's supposed to be? You know?
So
the DAPS call should be 9 a.m. Ecuador time, and the governance call should be 10 a.m. Ecuador time.
But on my calendar starting next week, it says the DAP call's at 10, and then the following week it's at 11. So shouldn't it be at 10 and 11, not 9 and 10?
No, I think I don't think so. I think the governance call, because I think the calls time zones suck, but Monique moved the DAP call back an hour, and I don't think it should have been moved at all.
But it doesn't make any
sense. My invitation was bi-weekly, bi-weekly planning, bi-weekly grooming. I just changed the grooming, so for the next week you can't see the changes, but for 2 next week you can see the changes right now. So I can get it back to the original just to avoid,
So you're gonna remove the planning call, not the grooming call is staying.
No, the grooming call will change. I just send this right now, and you will see the updates right now.
Yeah, Griff, so it's
but the
what I was
governance,
saying. It's 10 and 11, not 9 and 10.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, you're wrong. I mean, look at the calendar.
I am looking at the calendar, and right now they're at 9 and 10. And I'm just saying switching them.
The DAPS calls are at 10 and 11, and he's moving one of them. Anyway, he's moving the grooming call.
I put it back right now. So you guys just change the timing of the governance.
Yeah.
And after that I edit
9.
Yes. So the governance call. The governance call. DAP call.
They switch. Because otherwise there's a whole bunch of people who have to. Who scheduled the call at that time?
Wait. So you want Monique to move it another hour up?
Yeah. He moved it an hour back yesterday night. But no one saw that. So everyone still has these 2 hours blocked. We're not moving all of them an hour, and we're just switching the 2.
So Griff wants you to move the call up an hour.
Yeah.
And you need to move them both back an hour.
Just want to mention that Griff, you sound like God talking because of the echo.
because he was sorry. We had both mics open.
So moving it up here, wasn't that the issue with Matteo and Carlos, that it was going to be at like 6 a.m., or is that not true?
That's for the dev daily sync. And I want to be very clear. I'm proposing that we switch the 2 times, not that we move the whole 2-hour block back. If we move the whole 2-hour block back, then everyone has to figure out if they schedule calls after that and da-da-da. But just switching the 2 makes life a lot easier for everyone.
Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with switching. Right now here it's 9:30. And thanks for 5 minutes. That's considered our dinner time. but it's going to be end 1 hour earlier than what we have right now. Okay, guys, thank you. Sorry, I'm not that ready for this planning. I'm going to communicate with all of you tomorrow, setting a goal for this sprint. And Lauren, it's your time because we're almost finished about the features. I don't know that what happens to that give power stuff, but we can jump into new projects or new products right now. I have a tough roadmap about notifications, donations with cards, changing the categories, subcategories, and lots of things here in the tab, but I don't think that they're high priority. So according, if the give power is still can be happening right now, I can dedicate. I think we can dedicate more resources to this purpose.
Yeah. So with give power, Mo and Tosain have been working on designs, and they had some flows, but they're working on like a whole new flow. So it's like still like design and iteration. Like we don't really have anything for development yet. I do have a meeting this week with Pavli and Amin and Griff to ratify some nuances to give power from the development standpoint. So like maybe starting next week, I'll be able to have a clearer idea of kind of like if we need any development resources yet, but we might still just be waiting for more design. So I need design resources, like definitely a lot right now, but development resources, like I don't really need anything except for the small regen farms issues that Cherik is already doing for Give Power until next week.
Okay, I'm assuming that regen farms is finished, just need some
It's so close.
Changes.
It's so close. There's like pretty small things Cherik is finishing out.
Yeah, but we have lots of front-end resources. So do you have any guess how we can start? Can I plan for front-end devs for the new features in the app for these 2 weeks, or should I wait or plan it every day?
For Give Power, I think you can wait. I would say in 2 weeks would be like nice if we needed front-end resources on Give Power, but like we really don't have the design finished yet. It's not very clear how things will even look. There's a lot of like commenting going on, and I think it might take a little time.
So sorry guys for being at the top of the hour, and have a good day. Thank you for your attendance. Cherik, keep rest. Don't be worried about the product. Health is more important. And have a good day. And
see you guys.
Kotap, I have to talk with you. I appreciate if you can stay.
Thank you, Monique. Thanks, everyone.